was a time when the leopard, Osebo, the leopard, had no spots. Imagine leopards with no spots. His skin was as clear as a lion's. That was a long time ago. What Osebo did have was a great drum. A drum so magnificent that all the animals and even the gods admired it and wanted it, but they couldn't get that drum. Of all the animals, Osebo the leopard was the most powerful and the most feared. Only Niame, the sky god, determined, I must have that drum, but how? Then it happened that Niame's mother died, and Niame had to prepare a suitably spectacular funeral worthy of his family. For such a ceremony, he needed Osebo's great drum. But how to get it? Niame summoned all the animals, all but Osebo the leopard. Niame sat on his chieftain's stool. His servants held the rainbow umbrella over his head. Niame said, for my mother's funeral, I must have Osebo's great drum. Who will get it for me? Elephant, proudly swinging his long trunk, said, I'm big and strong. I will get the drum for you. Off he went. But as he approached Osebo's house, ha! Osebo drove him away, and the elephant had to return to Niame and say, I couldn't get it. Lion, tossing his elegant mane, said, I'm as fierce and strong as Osebo. I will bring the drum for you. Off he went. But as Lion approached Osebo's house, ah! Lion was driven away, and he had to return to Niame saying, I couldn't get the drum for you. Antelope tried, crocodile tried, tree bear tried, so many animals tried, but none could get the drum away from Osebo. Then Turtle spoke. Now, in that long ago time, Turtle had a soft back like all the other animals. Turtle said, I will get the drum for you. Ha, ha, ha! All the animals sneered and scoffed. You, Turtle, so small and feeble and slow, you will get Osebo's great drum. Ha, ha, ha! Turtle said, well, none of you has succeeded. I can't do any worse than that. Slowly, slowly, the turtle crept toward Osebo's house. When Osebo saw him coming, he called out, and are you also here with a message from Niame? Oh, no, said Turtle. I'm here only out of curiosity. I came to see if it was true. Osebo said, what are you talking about? Turtle said, Niame has built himself a great drum. It is so big he can crawl inside it and hide. Everyone says Niame's drum is bigger than yours. No! No! Osebo was furious. No drum is greater than mine. Turtle examined Osebo's drum carefully and said, your drum is truly great, but I don't think you can crawl inside it. Who says so? said Osebo. I'll show you. So Osebo forced himself inside the drum. Turtle said, that's good, but your behind is still hanging out. So Osebo pushed, and he squeezed, and he squeezed, and he pushed. Turtle said, that's better, but your tail is still hanging out. Osebo pushed, and he squeezed, and he squeezed, and he pushed, until he got his tail in. And Turtle said, only the tip of your tail is hanging out. If you can get the tip of your tail in the drum, you will be the winner. Osebo pushed, and he squeezed, and he wriggled, until he got the tip of his tail into the drum. At once, Turtle grabbed an iron cooking pot and plugged up the opening to the drum. Oh, how Osebo raged and roared and screamed and shrieked. Turtle ignored him. He found a good stout rope, tied one end around the drum and the other end around himself, and slowly, slowly crept back up to Naomi's house, dragging the great drum behind him. After a little while, Turtle stopped and beat on the drum as a signal to the other animals that he was coming. The other animals trembled with fear. They thought it was Osebo himself who was beating the drum. But when they saw Turtle slowly, slowly creeping toward Niame's house, dragging the great drum behind him, they were amazed. Turtle said to Niame, "I have brought you Osebo's drum. And I brought you Osebo too, he's inside. What shall we do with him?" Osebo heard Turtle's words, and he cried out from inside the drum, let me go free. I'll go away in peace, just let me go." Turtle looked around at the assembled animals and said, "Shall we kill him?" "Yes," said the animals, "kill him, kill him." But Osebo cried out from inside the drum, "Don't kill me, I'll go away, I'll go in peace. Naomi can have the drum, I don't want it anymore, just let me go." Turtle pulled the cooking pot away from the opening, and Osebo started to wriggle his way out. Now, because he had to move backwards, he couldn't see where he was going, and he fell right into Naomi's fire pit. Oh, oh, oh! He was covered with the embers that splattered all over his body and burned him all in little spots all over. Osebo jumped up and ran. But the places on his skin, on his hide, where the embers had burnt him, left the little black spots and never went away. And that's why, to this very day, all leopards have little spots. Naomi said to Turtle, "You have brought me Osebo's great drum to make music for my mother's funeral. How can I reward you?" Turtle looked around at the assembled animals and saw the jealousy in their eyes, how he, Turtle, small, feeble, slow, had accomplished what the big and strong animals could not do. Turtle was afraid the other animals would be mean to him, would try to hurt him. He said to Niame, "The thing I want the most is something hard and strong to put on my back." Niame gave Turtle a shell to wear on his back. It was hard and strong, and Turtle has worn it ever since. He has never taken it off, and that's the truth.